Hello and welcome to LFC Focus. Liverpool have just drawn their second game of the pre-season campaign, 1-1 against Wigan away, and all in all, not the worst performance in the world, certainly not the most entertaining match in the world. It was a bit of a slog at points, but starting off with the first half, because with Liverpool changing 11s completely between halves, it was effectively two different matches going on 45 minutes in length each. The first half really, again, not a bad performance. There was a lot of promise from the side, but I think the main thing that was missing was cutting edge really, but I think that is going to come at this stage in pre-season. A lot of players, their touch wasn't quite there. They were sometimes taking a little bit too much time on the ball, taking too many touches and not releasing the ball quickly enough, but there was a lot of promise there. Liverpool were getting into attacking positions quite a lot. Roberto Firmino, I think, was a prime example of the performance overall, really. He was getting in positions, showing a bit of promise, but his touch wasn't really there at all. But that isn't really anything to worry about at the moment, because, I mean, last summer we had a similar problem. I do remember Roberto Firmino being pretty much useless in the first couple of games. His touch was all over the shop. But again, that's something that's going to come later on in pre-season. And for now, these sort of games, especially before we go away on tour in the Far East, are simply about getting a bit of fitness going, getting the players back to somewhere near match sharpness in preparation for some slightly harder work later on in the campaign. The goal in the first half was a sign of the same problems cropping up again that we've seen for the last few seasons now. I mean, you almost didn't really have to watch the goal to know that it was a set piece and a loose ball which led to Wigan scoring, and lo and behold, that was what it was. So, like I said, same problems that are recurring from last season, but again, at this stage in pre-season, you can't really expect the team to have worked on those kind of situations too much on the training ground, because again, it will pretty much have just been about getting the players fit and ready to play these matches. And then hopefully at some point between now and the start of the Premier League season, Jurgen Klopp and his team will try and work with the squad on sorting out the way that they respond to these situations, especially the second ball, because defending the set piece at first tends to be fine, but it's as soon as a clearance gets away and it doesn't leave the actual 18-yard box, that the whole defence just goes all at sea. And I think it's sort of a problem with the squad not quite being adapted to zonal marking yet. They tend to leave their posts as soon as the ball is cleared for the first time, and that's what leads to that loose ball being picked up and the goal being scored. So again, hopefully that's something that's going to be worked on later on in pre-season. I think it's probably something that will also hopefully be amended by some new signings coming in defence. Looking at you, Virgil van Dijk. So not too much of a problem at the moment, but still quite disappointing to see those things cropping up in a pre-season match. It was nice to see Mohamed Salah get a goal, of course, as well, the equaliser right before the end of the first half. It was a good move. Nice to see the whole front three getting involved as well. Coutinho pressed very well to win the ball back. Firmino and Salah both made good runs into the box and kept themselves open, not getting marked out by defenders or anything. And very unselfish as well from Firmino to put it on a plate for Mohamed Salah. He was in the similar situation about 10 minutes before that and did a sort of pass to nobody kind of thing where it just went out for a goal kick. But this time he did lay it on a plate for Mohamed Salah. And it's nice to see him get his first goal in a Liverpool shirt as well in his first game, because I think that can sometimes weigh on a player a little bit if they just want to see the net bulge from them scoring a goal for the first time. So it's nice to see him get that out the way early, and hopefully we'll see some more good performances from Mohamed Salah coming up. Overall, Salah's performance was pretty good as well. He did quite a lot on the right-hand side, looked to create a lot of stuff. Again, that cutting edge wasn't quite there, but the fact that he was trying to create things, and he did look incredibly fast. I mean, in the first minute, he won the ball in a position where a lot of Liverpool players might cut inside, might take a few touches, might look for the pass. He simply went for goal, said, look, I'm quicker than you, to the fullback, and it turned out he was. So hopefully we can see a lot more of that of Mohamed Salah just sprinting past players who haven't got a chance of catching him over the course of next season. Overall, I'd say my man of the half, as it were, is Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was very impressive linking up with Mohamed Salah on that right-hand side. Salah occasionally dropped into a sort of full-back role, which can be expected when he was managed by Jose Mourinho for a year and a half. He will drop into those defensive positions every now and again, and he will know what he's doing when he's doing that. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, when Mohamed Salah did that, was more than happy to get into attacking positions. Again, like Salah, he looked to create things. He looked like quite a bit of a creative spark in the box. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of him later on in pre-season, and he can get a bit more involved in the attacking moves, because he does look a real prospect, and I'm hoping to see a lot of him in the coming season. In contrast, the second half was a bit of a slog, really. It was in no way as entertaining as the first. I think the main problem really was the lack of creative spark, because I know I said that there wasn't really any cutting edge in terms of creativity, but at least there was a bit of an effort in the first half with players like Coutinho, Lallana, Wijnaldum, and even Ben Woodburn playing a defensive midfield role on the pitch. They were trying to work to create chances, and that's eventually what ended up up leading to the goal. And I think that was missing quite a bit from the second half, which is disappointing when we had 3 out-and-out strikers on the pitch in Sturridge, Origi and Solanke. They just never really got the service, and while they tried to link up a little bit, I think having 2 strikers on the wings at any point just slightly impacts the play in terms of trying to stretch defenders and create anything. So not the most entertaining half in the world, but again, it's just all about getting fitness really, and again, hopefully we can see a bit more entertaining football when Liverpool head away to the Far East a bit later on in their pre-season campaign. So while it was disappointing not to get a win, I think most of us would have liked to see a few more goals and maybe a clean sheet as well in that friendly against a team like Wigan. It was good to see the team back out on the pitch, getting a bit more fitness and showing that there was an effort, there was some creativity going on there, and hopefully there'll just be that cutting edge and that clinical nature coming up in the next few friendlies. So not all doom and gloom for now, but I think there is still a lot more to be done on the training ground and in the transfer market as well, if Liverpool want to be ready and raring to go for the Premier League season. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, why not give it a like? If you're new around here, why not hit the subscribe button and check out some of the other videos that are out on the channel at the moment. Don't forget to follow @LFC Focus TV on Twitter as well, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye for now.